Today, let's explore a sensitive yet important topic: the association of Christianity with values of peace, compassion, and justice, and why true Christianity, as based on the teachings of Jesus, shares profound connections with the teachings of Prophet Muhammad. Historically, both Christianity and Islam have promoted values of love and mercy. Yet some misunderstandings and interpretations have led to distorted perceptions. By exploring both the Bible and the Quran, we can uncover a consistent message of peace, unity, and respect for others. Christianity, at its core, is a religion of love and compassion. Jesus' teachings emphasize kindness, forgiveness, and selflessness. In the Gospel of Matthew, we read, "Love your neighbor as yourself," Matthew 22:39, one of Jesus' greatest commandments. He taught his followers to forgive and even love their enemies. In the Gospel of Luke, Jesus says, "But to you who are listening, I say, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you," Luke 6:27-28. This message of love and mercy mirrors the teachings in Islam, where the Prophet Muhammad also emphasized forgiveness, compassion, and mercy, even towards those who were hostile. One key part of the message in Christianity and Islam is the concept of a future prophet. In the Gospel of John, Jesus tells his disciples about someone to come after him. He says, "I will ask the Father, and he will give you another advocate to help you and be with you forever," John 14:16. Many scholars believe that this refers to the Prophet Muhammad, whose teachings align with the peaceful and compassionate path that Jesus advocated. The Quran supports this by stating, "Jesus, the son of Mary, said, 'O children of Israel, indeed I am the messenger of God to you, confirming what came before me in the Torah and bringing good tidings of a messenger to come after me, whose name is Ahmad,' another name for Muhammad, Quran 61:6. The teachings of Prophet Muhammad often closely resemble those of Jesus, especially when it comes to forgiveness and mercy. One of the most remarkable examples of this is found in Prophet Muhammad's actions after his return to Mecca. After years of hostility, when he finally entered Mecca in a position of power, he did not seek revenge but instead forgave his former enemies, saying, "No reproof be upon you today, may God forgive you." This is deeply aligned with Jesus' teachings on forgiveness, as seen when Jesus said, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing," Luke 23:34. While some verses in the Bible and the Quran have been misinterpreted to justify aggression, both texts emphasize peace and only permit self-defense under specific circumstances. For example, in the Old Testament, there are verses discussing wars of self-defense for the protection of the people of Israel. In a similar vein, the Quran states, "Fight in the way of God against those who fight you, but do not transgress. Indeed, God does not like transgressors," Quran 2:190. In both texts, the message is clear: any form of violence must be measured, defensive, and ethical. True Christianity and Islam both reject aggression and emphasize the need for restraint, compassion, and justice, even during conflict. Both Christianity and Islam also place immense value on human life. Jesus taught the importance of treating others with kindness, telling his followers, "So in everything do to others what you would have them do to you," Matthew 7:12. Similarly, the Quran states, "Whoever kills a soul, it is as if he has killed all of humanity, and whoever saves one, it is as if he has saved all of humanity," Quran 5:32. This deep respect for life is a core value shared by both faiths, where every life is valued and protected as part of God's creation. The concept of charity and service to others is another area of alignment between the two religions. Jesus' teachings are filled with messages of charity, like when he says, "Sell your possessions and give to the poor," Luke 12:33. Likewise, Islam encourages Muslims to give to those in need, with the Quran stating, "And they give food, in spite of love for it, to the needy, the orphan, and the captive," Quran 76:8. Charity is a core practice in both Christianity and Islam, promoting kindness, selflessness, and care for the less fortunate. A significant part of Christianity also speaks about a future prophet who would come after Jesus. This figure would guide people with truth and remind them of the original teachings of Jesus. Many Christians may find parallels in the life and teachings of Muhammad, who, like Jesus, preached the oneness of God, kindness, mercy, and justice. Jesus mentioned that this spirit of truth would guide people into all truth, and Prophet Muhammad fulfilled this role by reviving the core values that had been taught by previous prophets, including Jesus, Moses, and Abraham. In his farewell sermon, he said, "All mankind is from Adam and Eve. An Arab has no superiority over a non-Arab, nor does a non-Arab have any superiority over an Arab. A white has no superiority over a black, nor does a black have any superiority over a white." This teaching on equality resonates strongly with the teachings of Jesus, who treated all people with dignity and respect, regardless of their social status, ethnicity, or background. One of the biggest misconceptions today is viewing the actions of individuals or groups as representative of an entire faith. Just as Jesus warned against false prophets who would mislead people, the Quran also warns against extremists and those who distort the true teachings of Islam. Prophet Muhammad said, "Beware of extremism, for it was extremism that destroyed the nations before you." Both Christianity and Islam promote a path of moderation, kindness, and humility. In conclusion, the core message of Christianity aligns closely with the teachings of Islam. Both emphasize peace, compassion, respect for life, charity, and forgiveness. Many Christians believe that the coming of Prophet Muhammad fulfilled Jesus' prophecy of an advocate or spirit of truth who would continue to guide humanity. By following the footsteps of Prophet Muhammad, Christians may find a continuity with the values that Jesus taught, values of love, mercy, and obedience to one God. True Christianity, grounded in Jesus' own message, seeks alignment with these principles, and many may see this alignment in the life and teachings of Prophet Muhammad, who upheld, clarified, and revived the same values Jesus cherished.